Ireland is a small, independent country in northwestern Europe. Its capital and largest city is Dublin. The country occupies approximately 5/6 of the island of Ireland, with the remaining 1/6 being occupied by Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Ireland is also referred to as the Emerald Isle. This is due to its stunning green countryside, with rolling farmlands primarily used for pasture, covering much of the central part of the country, and mountains that rise near the coasts. Many people consider the Irish to be exceptionally warm-hearted and easygoing. Small talk is an important part of everyday life, even among strangers. Being polite is also very important among the Irish. People use please and thank you often, and they use indirect ways to ask for something. For instance, instead of saying, "Open the window," they might say, "I was wondering if you could open the window, please." Despite being exceptionally friendly and welcoming, it is hard for an outsider to truly connect with Irish people beyond a superficial level. And there is a reason why. The Irish have a long history that includes many years of hardships and struggles, primarily under English and later British rule. In the 1840s, a potato blight struck and led to mass starvation and disease, causing the deaths of about 1 million people, and at least as many people left their homeland. After this famine, a shortage of jobs and other problems caused emigration to continue. As a result, little more than half as many people live in Ireland today as in 1845. After centuries of occupation, oppression, and social upheaval, the Irish people developed a strong sense of in-group loyalty and a protective wariness towards outsiders. Tight family structures and local community bonds became a means of survival and a source of identity and support among the Irish. Therefore, breaking into these established groups can be difficult for newcomers. So while Irish people may seem approachable, truly connecting with them on a deeper level can prove challenging for those who are not part of their established social networks. In terms of geographic position, Ireland's location is about as good as it gets. Ireland is one of the closest European countries to the US and Canada. It's also a fantastic launching point for exploring the rest of Europe. The UK is less than an hour away, Barcelona is only a 2-hour flight, and Rome is only 3 hours. For world travelers, there's hardly a better home base anywhere than Ireland. Currently, there are lots of expats in Ireland. This place is considered an international hub thanks to its geographic location and its historical and cultural connections to Europe, the UK, and the US. With English as an official language, it is a convenient place for English speakers to live, study, and work. As of today, about 1.1 million foreigners live in Ireland, which makes up 21.82% of the country's total population of 5.2 million. Crime here is very low compared to other parts of Europe, and the police are primarily unarmed. The Irish term for Ireland police is an Garda Síochána, which means protectors of the peace. Only in very extreme circumstances would police carry guns, such as drug raids, terrorism, or hostage situations. In general, Ireland has a very low rate of gun ownership and gun crime, so there isn't really any need for a heavily armed police force. It is estimated that there are about 7 civilian firearms per 100 people in Ireland, compared to Switzerland, with 27.6 firearms per 100 residents. This has helped contribute to Ireland's reputation as a relatively safe and stable place to live. As of today, all permanent residents in Ireland are entitled to health care, which is offered on a government-funded basis, although you may still have to pay out of pocket for some services like doctor's visits. In general, Irish healthcare is excellent and was ranked second in the 2022 World Index of Healthcare Innovation after Switzerland, up from 4th in 2021 and 5th in 2020. Today, the Irish Health Service Executive, or HSE, offers free health care for low-income residents. People under 70 with incomes below $11,000 and people over 70 with incomes below $29,000 can use this service without paying. The 68% of Irish residents whose incomes are above these thresholds must buy a private medical card for major hospital and medical services. On the negative side, it takes a long time to get medical procedures done. If you have a non-life-threatening problem and need urgent care, you might have to wait for around 10 to 14 hours. The reason for this long wait is due to too many people needing care, which currently exceeds the hospital's capacity. Additionally, many doctors have chosen to work in other English-speaking countries, such as Australia, due to better pay and working conditions. In 2022, 442 Irish doctors left to work in Australia, contributing to the shortage of medical professionals in Ireland. When it comes to housing, finding a place to live can be difficult and pricey. House prices rose by 5.4% in the 12 months to January 2024, with a 4.5% increase in Dublin and a 6.1% rise outside Dublin. Prices are expected to continue growing due to a shortage of housing supply. The supply shortage also impacts rental prices, which are relatively high in cities. If you are relocating from the US or London, then this may not come as a surprise to you. Getting a mortgage loan in Ireland is hard, and it's generally even harder for expats to qualify. Foreign residents in Ireland are often seen as higher-risk borrowers and offered pretty poor interest rates even when they do qualify. If you're planning to buy property instead of renting, you may have a lot of work ahead of you to secure a home loan. On the positive side, Ireland doesn't have water taxes, which is good news as long as you do not exceed your annual allowance. If you're an expat moving in from the US or the UK, you will notice that Ireland has a better work-life balance compared to other European countries. The average full-time work week in Ireland is 39 hours, shorter than the UK's 42 hours. Part-time work is also more common in Ireland, averaging 20 hours per week compared to 16 hours in the UK. While Ireland's full-time hours are slightly longer than the 35 to 38-hour averages in Germany, France, and Scandinavia, the work culture still emphasizes balance. The availability of part-time work in Ireland is similar to that in Scandinavia. Overall, shorter full-time hours and many part-time options make Ireland's work environment more balanced. The capital of Ireland, Dublin, is home to over 500,000 people and has large, active expat communities. Dublin is a great place for people who come to Ireland to work, as well as being home to Ireland's top 2 universities, Trinity College Dublin and University College Dublin. One downside will be finding a home. Dublin's rental prices are quite high, making it the most expensive city in the world for renters, according to a 2023 study. For example, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Dublin city centre ranges from $1,900 to $2,300. In the suburbs, one-bedroom apartments typically rent for $1,500 to $1,900. Rent prices can vary significantly based on factors such as neighborhood, apartment size, age, and condition. On the west coast of Ireland, Galway is much smaller than Dublin. It typically has a lower cost of living, and the city is situated by the ocean, offering great views but experiencing frequent rain. Rental prices here are relatively modest compared to Dublin and Cork City, ranging from $1,200 to $1,500 for a one-bedroom apartment. Galway is celebrated as a vibrant and diverse city with great historic and cultural resources, which has a lot to offer people looking for a slightly slower pace of life. Ireland's second-largest city, Cork, is in the south of the island. It's laid-back, compact, and affordable. The rental prices for a one-bedroom apartment in Cork City is approximately $1,400 to $1,800 per month, and home to some big global companies, which also makes it a good bet for people moving to Ireland for work. Cork has a great atmosphere, with frequent tourist visitors and a large student population keeping things lively. The Irish love their pubs, and to many that's a draw for the country. But the social scene revolves pretty heavily around alcohol, which may be a turn-off if you don't drink. If you do, then you'll love Ireland. The Irish have a deep love for their pubs, which are a significant part of the country's charm. But if you're not into drinking, you might find Ireland to be a bit surprising. Alcohol has been ingrained in Irish culture since ancient times. In Ireland, it's common to go to the pub after work, watch the sunset with a drink, or even toast to someone's life after they pass away. If you don't embrace pub culture, living in Ireland might be challenging for you. According to pre-COVID-19 alcohol consumption statistics, 44% of Irish adults drink alcohol at least once a week, and the average Irish person consumes 10 liters of alcohol per year. However, the joy of drinking has dampened as alcohol prices have significantly increased in recent years. The minimum unit pricing policy implemented in 2022 set a floor price of over $1 for every 10 grams of alcohol, making Ireland the most expensive country for alcohol in Europe. Additionally, Ireland also has the highest alcohol tax in Europe. One of the most famous pubs in Dublin is the Temple Bar, which was established in 1840. It is well known for its location and for offering over 450 different kinds of rare whiskies, which makes it Ireland's largest collection. However, the locals often consider it a tourist trap. Pubs around this area won't be authentic Irish and will only have tourists in them. Additionally, they tend to charge about 30 to 50% more for food and drinks. If you're looking for an expensive night out, mostly in the company of other tourists, you can go to Temple Bar. Otherwise, it's better to go elsewhere. At times, it can be a bit dangerous due to drunken fights, according to the people we've spoken to. All that said, the Irish government is putting plenty of resources into promoting responsible behavior around alcohol, and in recent years, sober venues, including sober pubs, have opened up too. On March 17th every year, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated as a national holiday in Ireland. It commemorates the life and legacy of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, who is credited with introducing Christianity to the country in the 5th century. During this day, the Irish celebrate their national identity, heritage, and culture. There are large parades where people wear green and participate in feasting, drinking, and dancing, as well as various community events. It is a lively and joyous celebration of Irish identity and pride as the Irish people come together to honor their national patron saint. In terms of fuel prices, the average price of gasoline is approximately $2.10 per liter. Diesel prices are similar, averaging around $2.05 per liter. The high fuel prices in Ireland are largely due to the significant taxes imposed on both gasoline and diesel, which make up over 50% of the total price at the pump. Ireland has some of the highest fuel taxes in Europe, with the government collecting approximately 64 cents per liter in taxes on both gasoline and diesel. In comparison, the average price of gasoline in the United Kingdom is around $1.75 per liter. Diesel prices in the UK are around $1.80 per liter. The UK fuel tax rates are lower than in Ireland, but still make up a significant portion of the total price, approximately 60% of the gasoline price and 55% of the diesel price. In the United States, the average price of gasoline is around 92 cents per liter, and the average price of diesel is around $1 per liter. Fuel taxes in the U.S. are much lower than in Ireland and the U.K., comprising only about 18 to 22% of the total price at the pump. To summarize the key differences, drivers in Ireland can expect to pay roughly double the price for fuel compared to the United States and around 20 to 25% more than in the United Kingdom, largely due to the significantly higher fuel tax rates in Ireland. Ireland is well known for its gloomy and rainy weather almost year-round. The weather is unpredictable, so you might experience both sunny skies and a downpour of rain within the same day or even the same afternoon. While it rarely snows in Ireland, much of the year can still be cold. If you prefer steady sunshine, Ireland may not be the ideal destination for you. If you're a sports fan, then Ireland has you covered. Gaelic football and hurling are the two most popular sports in Ireland, deeply rooted in Irish culture. Gaelic football, the national sport, involves two teams of 15 players aiming to score by kicking or punching a ball into the goal or over the crossbar. Played at an amateur level across the country, the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship is a major annual event. Hurling, known for its fast pace and physical intensity, is played with wooden sticks called hurleys and a small ball called a sliotar. The goal is to drive the sliotar into the goal or over the crossbar. The All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship is another significant event. Both sports are integral to Irish identity, with their championships being highlights of the sporting calendar. If you are a U.S. citizen, you do not need a visa to enter Ireland. However, if you plan to stay for over 90 days, work, or study in Ireland, you will need to register and ensure that you have the correct permit to cover your stay. Irish visas and permits are usually issued as either long-term or short-term passes based on employment, study, or family reunification. There are also specific programs for living in Ireland as an investor or retiree. The Immigrant Investor Program offers a great opportunity for high-net-worth individuals who plan to relocate to Ireland. Under this program, individuals are required to invest in approved funds or trusts starting from €1 million. Alternatively, they can donate €500,000 or more to a project in the arts, sports, health, culture, or education. Another option is to apply for residence in Ireland based on family connections to the country. Applicants typically have an Irish parent, grandparent, or great-grandparent. You will usually need to apply for the visa or permit you need at your local Irish embassy or consulate before leaving the U.S. This brings us to the end of the video. Please share your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to click the like button. Goodbye.